an amazing trail. I already see, let's see, did you identify that bird? I thought at first it was a robin, but it wasn't. It was the size of a robin,
I didn't see it
but it was quite dark.
It could have been another type of thrush.
Ah, yes.
I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to see their breasts,
Uh-huh.
you know, in this kind of light.
And that's usually what's identifiable.
Yeah, and they're also big.
Right.
Robins tend to be fairly large compared to some other birds.
Uh-huh.
So especially woodland ones you'd see in the woodlands.
So tell me more about your life. I understand you worked with the government.
Yeah, I worked for the Environmental Protection Agency for about 30 years. I worked prior to that for an environmental consulting firm.
Mm-hmm.
I have a degree in zoology, bachelor's, and I have a master's in environmental engineering, which I actually got while I was working.
Uh-huh.
So that was a major episode in my life. So I was late to get my master's degree. It took many, many years because I switched majors.
Uh-huh.
So I had to take a lot of undergraduate directives. But that part of my life is behind me now. And now I'm more interested in just the outdoors, nature. I'm a gardener. I just planted a couple of years ago a nice big native plant bed in my garden. I have bird houses. I have bird feeders galore with all different kinds of food. And I have been really fascinated by some of the birds that I've been able to spot. I've had bluebirds nest in my little bird houses, and that's been really, really fulfilling. And I really like to travel. Now that I'm finally retired,
Right.
I can actually travel. You know, I can take long trips. I don't have to worry about not having adequate leave.
I'm going to go ahead and hike through this just because if I don't lose my shoes. Now what we're doing right now is, you'll see here there's a big bog right here, and it's very difficult to navigate without getting completely,
Yeah, you're braver than I am. She's doing it with a selfie stick.
there we go, without getting completely mudbound. Sometimes, as they've done here, they've provided a little bit of a detour to go around so you don't have to walk directly through it. But it's always best to stay on the trail if and where you can. If there's a detour around the bogs, that's fine to take it. But we also try very hard not to extend the trail erosion and bogs. So always being very aware of where you're stepping and staying on the trail or on designated detours around difficult spots will help out Mother Nature. And I'm sure you have seen much worse than this on your...
Yeah, we've had lots of rain lately. Finally, we didn't
Yeah,
get into
finally.
the spring this year, but we have it now. And we are definitely got a lot of mud holes here. But this pretty soon will be behind us. Once we get to the Georgetown Pike where the bridge is, we're going to go underneath there. And not long after that, it should ease up. There should be more of a gravelly trail.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen it this much.
This is a little bit
This is more
tricky to navigate here. That's one reason that, like Pat, I'm very particular about my shoes. I almost always wear waterproof hiking shoes because they can take a little bit of that. Now I don't tend to have any issues with my joints, and I don't sprain my ankles easily, and personally I prefer a little bit lower of an ankle, but that's the magic of all the wonderful footwear today, is you can find what works for you.
But you know, it's all knowing what your body needs and making those decisions and trade-offs.
Agreed. I mean, there's some people who hike barefoot. It's a little bit unusual. Let's see, I'll let you go first and then I'll follow you through this one. The trail is very... We're going to take this little detour that the trail service has provided. Oh, look. Oh my gosh. Okay, just a moment. I'm going to turn this Around, look at these beautiful
Tiger swallowtail.
tiger. Okay, Pat says these are tiger swallowtails.
Yes.
And there was a pair of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't pretend that this little camera can follow those. We're at the Georgetown Bridge, and so we're down in this beautiful little oasis of wilderness, and above us and behind us are all the people going about their daily lives, commuting and driving. But down here, look at this beautiful river. Look where we're at.
Got a lot of sediment in
A
it now.
hidden gem that Pat has brought us to. Well, I have a question for you. What got you into hiking? What really sparked your love of hiking? I mean, people travel in so many different ways.
Well, I love adventure travel, all kinds of adventure travel, and hiking. What sparks me about hiking? I love mountains. Of course, I've hiked along coastlines and everything, but I just love the mountains. I like going up. I like to be up high and look down, or be way low and look way up at beautiful, beautiful scenery. And I have seen some of the most beautiful places on the face of the earth. I've just been so fortunate, and I'm still exploring some of them. But I also love the nature. I love identifying the plants. I love the animals.
Yes.
Also, it's very healing. When I've had really big losses in my life, one of the things that's really given me solace is to be able to go out and be in nature, and just even alone, just hiking, the peace and quiet, just being able to observe everything around me. It's just really healing, and it really is a boost.
So that's one of your secrets to perseverance, as it were.
Yeah, I would
Maybe
say.
our younger audience watching us to really just understand that life does go on, and you need to find your way to find some solace and healing, and whether it's through hiking or some other activity that you can get some introspection and some peace.
Yes, and it is, like I said, when I go to, I've been to maybe 25, 26 national parks so far. There's so many of them now. I think there's 63. I like to always get away from the road.
Right.
If you go 1 mile away from wherever you park your car, you're going to be away from most of the people. I will say my favorite times of year to hike are spring, fall, and winter. I am not a big fan of summer hiking, but if you do it, it really pays to get out early where it's nice and cool and just much more comfortable. Or find some shaded trails, lots of tree-lined trails.
Both of which we've done today.
Yes,
It's early.
which was the whole point, because it's been brutally hot
It has been brutally
and
hot.
humid.
And even when it's humid, you really have to be aware of your level of hydration and make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. There we go. Because we're right here down by the riverbed. And this is just beautiful. And we're out of the reach of all the traffic. We're going to walk on through here. And I'm going to hope that I can navigate this without falling while I'm holding my selfie stick, because I have a selfie stick rather than a walking pole. Join us next time for more of Pat's insights while we hike up the trail to the ridge. Thank you.